the art of the evaluation. The evaluation is really a balancing act, is what I'm going to share with you today, this little balancing act that we have going on. When we give evaluations, this is the most valuable aspect of Toastmasters, and it gives members, they get a chance to give and receive. Members who receive thoughtful evaluation feel that they've been heard and they become motivated to improve. So approach each speech with honesty while remaining positive. Pay attention to the speaker's goals for self-improvement. Evaluate what the speaker does and not who the speaker is. Report on what you see, on what you hear, and how it makes you feel. And deliver an evaluation is an exceptional way to practice and demonstrate your own speaking skills. Sometimes it's good to have a checklist. The first thing before the speech is just check in with the speaker and review the evaluation guidelines that the speaker is going to be presenting in their project. Approach the speaker to discuss their own objectives for their speech, and address any concerns that they may have. Now, as you go through that, you want to make sure you personalize your language. And before giving your evaluation, put yourself in the speaker's shoes. Make sure that you say things that you would want to hear. So use I phrases, okay? Use things like, stay away from phrases like you didn't do this, or you shouldn't do this, or you should do this, or you failed here, you know? And be more encouraging. Use things like, I believe that you could have done this, or my reaction was, or I suggest that you do something like this. Evaluate the speech, and once again, not the person. Always keep in mind the following: to be supportive, to be helpful, and to encourage the speaker. And don't assess personal qualities. Remember, this is the speech. Only address the actions relating to the speech, to what they have delivered. Promote self-esteem. Motivate and inspire the speaker to deliver another speech. So when they're finished, again, make them feel like they've done an okay job, or they've done a great job, so that when they come back, they can do another great job. Give sincere praise. Give constructive suggestions on what they can do to improve their speech, to make it even better. And always end your evaluation with positive feedback. Leave them with that last bit of, you know, I did good and I can even do better. One of the techniques that we've often heard is say what I heard, and then what I saw in the person's speech, and then how did it make me feel? And once you've shared those comments, that's a good way of breaking it down. Another way to break it down is the sandwich method. You start off with a bit of praise on the positive things in the speech. In the middle of that, you give them some areas for improvement, the meat, the guts of the sandwich. And then end or top it off with another positive comment. Again, just that cherry on top, just to make sure that they take it away and they come back delivering another great speech. And don't just get lost in the positives. Take a look at some of the different areas of speaking, their vocal variety, maybe their eye contact, maybe some suggestions, some gestures that they've made, and as opposed to pointing, maybe using your fist, maybe just, open hands, clarity. These are things that you can look at. The 4 P's of vocal variety: your pitch, your pace, your power, and that most important pause. If the creativity becomes the center focus of the evaluation, it could crowd out the education right out of the picture. You crowd the education right out of the picture. So think about that as you're giving your positive responses. And use examples. Give some examples. Don't just tell them that they did something or they could do it a different way. Actually show them what they said or what they could have said, instead of just saying it that way. Here's an example. You said, well, you need to do a better opening. Don't say something like that. Say it more like, I prefer that you opened your speech saying X, Y, and Z. Maybe you should open your speech saying ABC. And next time, you'll get a different response. Some other techniques you can look at is the beginning, the middle, and the end. What the speaker did in the beginning, how they approached starting off their speech. Did they ask a question? Did they get the members of the audience to close their eyes and reminisce about a certain situation? And then told them to open their eyes so they could see the rest of the speech. And then, of course, what happened in the middle? Talk about that. What did they hit on really strong? What maybe they missed and they could add? And then, of course, the all-important close. You closed miraculously. You helped us see your points. So again, showing them where they could do really well. Another idea is looking at the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, actually, the good, the bad, and the awesome. What you did good. And what you could have done a little bit better instead of the bad. And of course, what I loved best, what you did awesome. Some of the best information can be given privately. One of our Toastmasters here, Craig Harrison, said that if there is a fear, actually he didn't say that, this is somebody else who said it, if there's a fear greater than public speaking, it may be public criticism. And that's why this is such a great space to share. Some conversations are best held privately after the speaker has processed his or her presentation and gained some perspective. One last quote comes from growing from your Toastmaster evaluations. If you have a growth mindset, you tend to view feedback as data or pieces of information that you take into consideration to help yourself grow, learn, and improve. When you go to evaluate your next speech, use some of these topics and testimonies and different ways to give an artful evaluation. Fellow Toastmasters.